Hello rail fans, and welcome to another Minecraft French fried trains tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this Procor cylindrical covered hopper. This particular covered hopper is usually used in the transport of sodium chlorate, a bleaching agent which is used in the manufacturing of paper. I recently saw a few of these on real-life trains while I was rail fanning, and since I hadn't ever seen them before, I thought they looked interesting enough to build. So let's get to it. I'm going to build mine on the end of the train I already have. So the first step is to build the coupler. So take out dark oak stairs and put them the opposite way of the coupler on the other car. Under that, we put dark oak fence gate for an air hose. Next, we got to build the first set of wheels. I'm using brown terracotta this time to make an old rusty look. Delete the middle block and put an end rod for an axle. Then switch to spruce wood stairs and place them upside down in a back-to-back T-shape pattern that's 2 wide and 3 across the rails. And here you can see I was having some trouble getting them placed. Stairs have been really glitchy lately. After we have our T-shaped stairs, we place the next set of wheels as brown terracotta with an end rod for the axle. On the outside of that, we put hoppers in front of the wheels and we put fences in front of the stairs. You can play around with the colors of all these blocks to get the trucks looking how you want them. Now we're going to switch to a polish andesite block. Starting on the wheel, bring that all the way forward to the front of the truck, and then we're going to come 3 past it. Switch to polish andesite stairs and come underneath on this end block and do the same thing we did on the trucks, a back-to-back T-shape. Then we're going to come around and we're going to bring this across to the other rail so it's 3 wide. Back to polish andesite blocks, and we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the gap, and another 2 for the next unloading bay. Then we switch back to the stairs and do the same thing starting from the very end here. An upside down stair, back-to-back T-shape pattern, and then come around and drag that so it's 3 across, reaching to the other rail. Now we're going to build the other truck once we have that place. So switch to brown terracotta, and I was having some trouble placing it here, but it needs to be 1 block away, sitting on the rail. Then we push an end rod in as the axle and another brown terracotta as the wheel. Switch to spruce stairs and same thing, an upside down back-to-back in a T-shape here for the middle of the truck, and then back to brown terracotta again. Place our next set of wheels with an end rod in the middle. And then same thing we did on the first truck. Everywhere we have a wheel on the outside we place hoppers, and everywhere there's a stair on the outside we place fences on both sides. Now that this truck is complete, switch back to your polish andesite blocks and go ahead and bring this forward all the way to the end. And then we're going to come over to, and we're going to fill this all in so we have it 3 wide in the middle, end to end. Once we have that filled to the other end, we're going to switch to polish andesite stairs, and we're going to come in on this edge and place them facing outward, upside down, coming all the way across. And then we come around and do the same thing on the other side. So facing outwards, upside down stairs, end to end. Once we have that, we're going to switch back to a dark oak stair, and we're going to come around and place the coupler. So in the middle, facing this way. Delete the ones you used to place it, and place dark oak fence gate underneath that to be the air hose. So now we have the base of our car. It looks something like this. Now we're going to switch back to polish andesite block, and we're going to come in, and we are on the 5th block in from the end. Make a row of 3. So there's a gap of 4, and on the 5th block, that's where you place the blocks. And then on the outsides of that, we place upside down stairs facing outward. Then we're going to bring these upside down stairs forward on the outside edge to the same thing on this side. We're going to stop on the 5th block from the end, so there's a gap of 4 again. So it looks like that, a space of 4 on each end. fill in 3 with blocks across here, and then same thing on this side. Fill this in with upside down stairs facing outward. Now the next layer is fairly simple. We switch to a polish andesite block, and we just go all around this rectangle and fill it in with blocks. The next layer up is almost the same, but we're going to add some lapis lazuli, starting from the left end, 4 blocks in, and then on that one, from the other side, 4 blocks in. This will be the logo, and fill in everything else with polish andesite block. Now on top of that, we're going to do another layer of just polished andesite blocks all the way around. For the next layer, we put 3 blocks in the middle on each end, and then we fill the outside edges with right side up polished andesite stairs. Same thing on this side, stairs right side up facing outward. Now we're going to come in with the polished andesite blocks, and we're going to fill in this whole top. Now we're going to come in on the end of the car because the outside edge of the cylinder actually sticks out. So we're going to place upside down stairs on the bottom corners, and then right side up stairs on the top corners. And then we're going to switch to blocks, and we're going to come across the bottom and up both sides, and then across the top. So it has this 3D look. We leave the middle open. We do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and put the upside down stairs into place. Make sure they're facing correctly. The stairs were glitching again. Fill in the bottom row. Come up the outsides of the sides. Put the top stairs on and fill in the top middle with blocks. So we have this 3D look on both ends of the car here. Now we come in on the end of the car here, in this gap we left, with stone brick wall. Place 2 in the middle and 1 in each top corner. That gap on the real car has a V-shaped support beam structure. So same thing here, 2 in the middle and 1 in each top corner. Now we're going to switch to oak fences because it's the closest we have to yellow. And we're going to come in on the end of the car, 2 wide, and bring it all the way up to the top. Then we skip and leave a gap in the middle, and we do the same thing, 2 wide, and bring it all the way up to the top height of the car. Then we come around to the other end of the car, and we do the exact same thing. So 2 wide and 5 high on each side of the car, while leaving a gap in the very middle block. Now this covered hopper actually has a support beam in the middle here, and I'm going to use a sandstone wall because if we use fence, it will connect to what we already have. The wall will give us that nice gap. So then we're going to come down to the other end of the car and do the same thing and place sandstone wall coming all the way up in the center. Now we're going to come back on the side with our oak fences and place 2 high on each corner like this. Same thing on the other end, 2 high on each corner. Above that, 3 sandstone walls, because the ladder doesn't come all the way up on the sides here. So I'm switching to the wall to make sure it doesn't connect with the fences. Now we're going to come around to the end of the car, and we're going to come in with a birch trapdoor. And we're going to place them from the end and put one in the middle and coming out end to end on both sides. Then we rotate around, and we're going to go ahead and stand on the top of the car here and crouch to place the rest of these. So we're going to fill in another row facing this way and another row till it touches the end of the car. We come around and we do the same thing on the other end. So make sure we're over here for the outside row and place that 5 across. Then we rotate around and do the inside row, and we'll have to crouch to place the rest of them. So another row facing this way and another row till it touches the car. Now we also need to add one to the middle outside, so we're going to have to crouch on the edge and try to get it placed. It's tricky, but put one in the middle like that. Come on down to the other side, and we have to do the exact same thing. So get on that edge and crouch, and then get lined up to where you can place one in the middle like that. Underneath these middle ones, switch back to a sandstone wall and place one coming off that middle bar like that, just so it looks like it's holding up that protrusion. Same thing on this side. Under that trapdoor, place a wall. Now we're going to come up on top of the car with iron trapdoor, and on the outside edges where these stairs are, bring iron trapdoors from end to end. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we have all the walkways on top of the car. So it should look something like this when you're done. Now we're going to come in with polished andesite slab on top of the car, and one in from the end, then skip two. Same thing, one in from the end on that side, skip two. Now we have our loading hatches. Then we're going to switch, and we're going to take out a stone button here, and then in that middle row on top of the car, we're going to place a button everywhere there's not a slab, coming all the way down the middle row of the top of the car. Now we're going to come down with a warped sign, and starting under where there's these blue blocks, place 3 warp signs with nothing on them. This just represents more lettering. Then we come around to the other side of the car and do the same thing. So starting from the left, under the blue blocks, 3 warp signs. Now to represent more lettering detail, we take out a dark oak sign and we put it one in from the end on that first block up from the stairs. Same thing here. So on the right hand side on the end, one over from the end on the first block up from the stairs. To the right of that sign, we place a black stone button, and then come around and do the same thing on the other sign. So to the right of the sign, place a black stone button. Now we're going to do our brakes. So we come around inside the end of the car here, and I accidentally placed trapdoors, erase those, and placed 2 grindstones going this way to represent the air reservoir. Then come on the end of the car and place a jungle trapdoor, one up and one over from the edge to be the hand wheel for the brakes. So there we have it, folks. We've completed this Procor cylindrical covered hopper build. A nice little car to add to your Minecraft freight train. So that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.